morning, beloveds. Oh no, okay, I'm alive. Good morning, beloveds. The camera angle's a little weird, but that's because I move the camera literally every day. I can't leave it in the middle of the floor because there are kittens. Yeah. And they're highly distracting and very, very entertaining and are currently wrestling with each other now, so I can stop. Tom's already been in here, and so I swapped out with him so he can go eat something, and I can do this and entertain them, and then while they learn about feelings. Yes. Okay, so we are doing treatment of feelings today from Living the Science of Mind. Hello, baby. Oh, I know. I got you. Did I rescue you from your brother? So let's do the housekeeping really quickly. And then, what are you doing? What's the plan here? You gonna go get your brother? Not me. I am not a toy. So let's do the housekeeping really quick. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. Dante found a crinkle ball. So if you're hearing noise, that's what it is. Okay. You get one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and month, and the hot links are hot. It is also a blind CC, meaning nobody will see your email, nobody will get your email. So I think it's worth it. The last thing I want to remind you about is the social medias, because we do not monetize the social medias. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is to engage with our pages. To like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you are on. Because like on YouTube, if you subscribe, it tells you when we upload new videos. If you will, and then engage with the individual posts. So comment on the posts, react to the posts, and share the posts. We think we have good tools, and we hope you agree with us. Okay, they are crazy. I love it. If I haven't told you, they're almost 5 months old. So, they're good. Dante's 4 pounds and Gio's like 3.5 pounds. They're a good wiggly size. See? That's Dante. We got to tuck her out a little bit so they're willing to be held. But the funny thing is when you first walk into the room, that's what they want. They want to be cuddled for a minute, and then they want to play. So, and I'm curious to know if one of the elders is outside the door because they are being very curious right now. Okay, so the Living the Science of Mind is a collection of essays that came out of the at-home course. In the back of the Science of Mind magazine, there was a course that you could mail off for. It was a year-long course. You got 48 lessons. You got one a week. And my pet theory is that the at-home course, thus this book, actually came out of people having questions. They would read the textbook, they would come to the lectures, and then I think they would either write to Ernest or call Ernest and say, hey, tell me more about this. So he did, because that's exactly what this book is. If you read the explanation, it says commentary on his seminal work of the Science of Mind text. Yeah, I think people had questions. Like, I would. And have. And answered them, occasionally. I know a Ernest Holmes scholar and a biblical scholar. So when I have questions, I have two people that I can go to and go, excuse me, tell me more about this. And they're happy to do so. So, and if you don't know, Reverend Jesse is the Ernest Holmes scholar, and then you met Reverend Arthur because he's been on. He gets up at least once a year. Jesse invites him up once a year. That's our biblical scholar. So, all right, let me get the light on because I recharged it. Oh. Okay, so we are doing, and again. Right now, there's single pages, which is good for me. I don't know that I can do much more with these guys. So we are doing treatment and feeling. That which cannot be taught, while at which is taught, may be felt. What? Hang on. It's helpful when I don't leave out words. Okay. That which is felt cannot be taught, while that which is taught may be felt. This is one of the most vital things in mental and spiritual science. A treatment has no power unless it has meaning to the one who gives it, just as we know that a public speaker cannot convey a message which they themselves do not understand. They do say if you really want to understand something, teach. And for a very long time, everybody was like, "Oh, Lisa knows everything. Lisa knows everything." And then as I was doing the training in the health food store, they were like, "Oh, that's why you know everything, because you repeat this stuff, 6 or 7 times, depending on how many employees I was training at the time." It's like she knows it because she's been repeating it. Yes. So if you really want to know something, teach it. Teach somebody how to give a treatment. If we wish to convey a message, we must feel it, just as the musician feels the atmosphere of harmony back of their technique. Yet technique is equally necessary in order that they may give definite form to their feeling. You need both. You need you need the feeling and you need the technique. The practitioner recognizes the whole condition as a thing of thought, and in their own mind straightens out this thought about their patient. In doing so, they reveal the eternal harmony back of the negative appearance. The straightening out of thought is technique. It may be taught, analyzed, taken apart, put together again. It consists of words, phrases, thoughts, ideas, all of which is understandable, teachable, and learnable. Okay? That's why we talk about the steps of treatment as scaffolding. What you want to do is learn the technique. Now, once you learn the technique, you can do it in any order you want to. You can do all of the steps. You can do none of the steps. Well, I guess you need to do at least one of the steps because the whole point of it is the realization. You can do them in different orders. The point is once you learn the technique and you feel comfortable with the technique, then you can start to mess with it. And that's the same thing musicians do. I happen to know because I was a musician. I guess technically still am. I just don't practice anymore. It's like they teach you the notes. They teach you the scales. Once you are familiar with them, you can arrange the notes in any way you want and still make beautiful music. Because that's the whole point of jazz. Jazz is, free flowing. There's no rhyme or reason, but there's definitely a rhythm. You can do the same thing with treatment. Don't get caught up in it has to be done in this order and you have to use these phrases. And no, you don't. No, you don't. You can do it any way you want, but it is helpful to learn the technique first. All right. The essence of the treatment, the feeling which the practitioner has, their intense sense of the divine allness of that spirit which is closer to them than their own breath. This cannot be put into words. This cannot be taught. It can only be felt. Woo! That sounded particularly vicious. By using right words, statements, and phrases, and dwelling upon their subtle meanings, one may come to feel the meaning back of the words. Okay, now don't get caught up in his right words, okay? All right words is words that have meaning to you, okay? It does not have anything to do with there being certain words that are better than others, okay? Because that's not true. It's not true. When it comes to treatment, any word that has meaning to you, that brings up feeling for you, that brings the feeling that you are after when you are doing treatment, is the right word. You can use, and is it Raymond Charles Barker? No, I don't think it is. Now hear this. That's what, I forget which minister it is that says that, but one of the early ones would say that. Ernest likes to say there is one life, one power, one presence. You know, I like to add in the one love. So when it comes to the words, it's any words that make sense to you, any words that have power for you. Those are the right words. And once you get familiar with the technique, then you can take the scaffolding off and do the steps in any order that you need to. Sometimes I don't even do the first step because I'm already there. It's like, okay, this is the work that I'm about to do. Like, I'm already there. I already feel that oneness, you know? And sometimes I don't even need the second step. Sometimes I can launch straight into the realization because I already am in that space of feeling it. Now, when I do, ooh. All right, Dante. I think Gio's telling you you're being a little rough. Sorry about that. It's interesting. Dante's a little quiet. Dante's the bigger one. He's a little quiet, and Gio is definitely the noisier of the two. So, but I'm already in that. And one of the things that's really interesting is when I'm caught in, I'm going to use the air quotes, emergency situation, where I walk up into a situation that I feel that I can do a treatment for. I don't always need to do the first two steps because I'm already there. I walk into the situation and immediately it's like but it's because I've been practicing. You know, I walked into a science of mind, I walked into creative life in 2005. So I've been doing this for 20 years. So the first two steps are relatively easy for me because I practice them regularly, which is the point of regular daily spiritual practice. So that when it's what I like to call a well-worn path, I am, in that situation of my feet know where to go. When I walk into a situation that I feel that I can support with treatment. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't get caught up in the right words, okay? The right words are your words that have meaning to you. The right phrases are the meaning to you. We can't teach feeling, but that's where your power is. And the phrases and words that you use are where you're going to get that. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. Hopefully we won't have any more screaming for a minute. And I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day, a don't torture your brother day, a enjoy the weather day, a stay out of the direct sunlight between 10 and 2 day, a drink plenty of water day, a wrestle to your heart's content day. Yes, I'm influenced by the kittens. A get a snack day, eat something amazing day, a do what you gotta do day, a take a nap day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough. Oh, yeah, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action. A beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. A brilliant light and a divine spark. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call it, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, all things are possible. Anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Dante just jumped up on the couch beside me if you were wondering why I'm suddenly distracted. So, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. But it is Sunday if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, and we will have an amazing service for you in about an hour and 45 minutes. So if you're watching this, simply scroll up a video if it's after 11. Else, you can catch it on the YouTube channel. So take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.